Think of your console table as the very first handshake your home gives a guest. It's that first impression, the surface that welcomes you home every day, and it holds so much potential to set the tone for your entire space. It can be a whisper of the style that's waiting just beyond. But let's be honest, what happens most of the time? It becomes a drop zone for keys, a mountain of mail, and maybe a sad-looking plant if it's lucky. It becomes a surface for clutter, not curation. What if we could change that? Today, I'm sharing the 2026 design secrets that will elevate your console table from an afterthought to a true statement of modern luxury. Entryways and living rooms are becoming our personal galleries. They're expressive, layered, and filled with pieces that make you want to stay, not just pass by. And I'm not just going to show you a few pretty pictures. I'm giving you my simple, 3-step formula that designers use to nail this look every single time. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create a console table that looks balanced, feels luxurious, and is completely, unmistakably you. Let's get started. The foundation, the designer's 3-step formula. Before we jump into creating these beautiful looks, I want to pull back the curtain on the whole process. Styling a console table isn't some magic trick. It's all about understanding a few core principles. I call it the designer's formula, and it breaks down into 3 easy steps: anchor, balance and height, and finally, layering and texture. First up, the anchor. This is the star of the show, the big piece on the wall behind your console that immediately grabs your attention and grounds the whole setup. This is almost always a large mirror or a great piece of art. When you're picking an anchor, think about scale. You want it to feel substantial, not like a tiny postage stamp on a big wall. A good rule of thumb is to have it be about 2/3 the width of the table. An oversized mirror is brilliant for smaller entryways because it bounces light around and makes the space feel bigger, while art is your chance to inject color, personality, and mood. Second, balance and height. With your anchor in place, it's time to create some visual balance on the tabletop itself. And no, this doesn't mean perfect, boring symmetry. For 2026, we're all about balanced asymmetry, which feels way more organic and thoughtfully collected. You get this look by playing with different heights. The easiest way to add height is with a lamp. It's functional and sculptural. So on one side, you might place a tall, beautiful lamp. To balance it out on the other side, you could use a tall vase filled with some architectural branches, like olive or dogwood stems. The goal is to create a nice visual triangle that lets your eye move easily across the different levels, so nothing feels flat. The third and final step is layering and texture. This is where the real personality and luxury come to life. It's all about adding those smaller, touchable things that make the whole scene feel rich and collected. Luxury in 2026 is all about tactile, sensory details. Think about mixing materials: stone, wood, glass, metal. A great place to start is by stacking a few beautiful coffee table books to create a little pedestal for a smaller object. Next, bring in a tray. A tray is a designer's best friend. It corrals smaller items like keys or a candle and instantly makes them look intentional instead of cluttered. Lastly, add your personal touches: a cool sculptural object, a bowl made of rich travertine or wood, or a candle in a gorgeous vessel to add a layer of scent. And remember the rule of 3s: grouping things in odd numbers just naturally looks better to our eyes. So, to recap, anchor your display with art or a mirror, create balance and height with lamps and tall objects, and then bring in personality with layers and texture. Now that you have the formula, let's have some fun and put it into practice with 3 incredible luxury looks for 2026. Look 1: the organic modern sanctuary. For our first look, we're leaning into one of the biggest movements in design right now: organic modern. This style is all about creating a sense of calm and a deep connection to nature. We're talking warm minimalism, natural materials, soft textures, and an earthy color palette. Think tones of clay, sand, and creamy whites that just wrap you in a feeling of calm. We're starting with a console table made of light, fluted oak with soft, curved edges. This is right on trend with the move towards sculptural, flowing wood furniture that feels almost nurturing and so approachable. For our anchor, instead of a plain rectangular mirror, I've picked a large, frameless one with an irregular, organic shape. It feels softer, more like a piece of art, and reflects light without any harsh lines. Next, for balance and height. On the left, I'm placing a really substantial ceramic table lamp. The base has this amazing rough, handcrafted texture, and it's topped with a simple, natural linen shade. It's not just a lamp, it's a sculpture. To balance that visual weight on the right, I'm adding a tall, matte ceramic vase. And instead of flowers, I'm just using a few architectural olive branches. This minimalist take on greenery is huge for 2026. It's less about big bouquets and more about appreciating those simple, sculptural forms from nature. Now for the magic touch, layering and texture. In the middle, I'll ground the arrangement with a small stack of 2 large art books with neutral, fabric covers. On top of the books, I'm placing a shallow bowl carved from a creamy travertine stone. Its honed, matte finish is such a beautiful contrast to the fluted wood of the table. This bowl isn't just pretty, it's the perfect drop spot for your keys. Next to that, I'm adding a scented candle in a smoky glass vessel to bring in a touch of warmth and a grounding scent like cedarwood or amber. The result is a console table that feels like taking a deep breath. It's warm, it's inviting, and it feels completely connected to the natural world. Every single piece feels intentional, from the texture of the lamp to the simple curve of a branch. This is the heart of an organic modern sanctuary. Look to the new glamour statement. Alright, our second look is for anyone who craves a little more drama and polish. We're calling it the new glamour. This style is confident, sophisticated, and it uses rich materials and strong shapes to make a really powerful first impression. Glamour in 2026 isn't about glitter and bling. It's about refined finishes, sculptural forms, and a kind of moody elegance. Here, our foundation is a console table with a sleek profile, maybe one that mixes dark orange wood with subtle, aged brass details. The color palette gets deeper here. We're leaning into charcoal, garnet, or a deep emerald that feels a bit more emotionally charged. For our anchor, we are not holding back. I've chosen a massive, oversized mirror with a bold, irregular frame finished in a brushed, dark bronze. This isn't just a mirror, it's an architectural statement that demands attention and gives the whole entryway the feel of a modern art gallery. For balance and height, we're going to embrace classic symmetry to create a more formal, powerful look. At each end of the console, I'm placing a matching pair of sculptural lamps. These could have a cool graphite metal base, topped with an elegant, pleated silk lampshade, which is a huge trend for 2026. It adds a couture-like detail and diffuses the light so beautifully. The symmetry from the lamps creates this strong, balanced frame that just screams luxury. Now let's layer. Directly in the center, I'm placing a rectangular tray made of black shagreen to contain our smaller objects and give them a home. On the tray, I'll add a piece of mouth-blown smoky glass, like a small vase or a decorative orb, that will catch the light from the lamps. Beside it, a lidded box, maybe in a dark lacquer, gives you some chic hidden storage and adds another rich texture. To finish it off, I'm adding a set of tall, elegant candle holders in that same aged brass from the console. The whole idea here is less about scattering things around and more about creating a tight, curated collection. This new glamour look is all about confident composition. The symmetry gives it structure, while the mix of refined materials, the soft silk shades, the cool glass, the brushed metal, creates a really rich, sensory experience. It's a bold, sophisticated statement that tells everyone your home is a place of style and substance. Look 3: The Timeless Transitional. Our final look, the Timeless Transitional, might be the most personal of all. This style is for the collector, the person whose home tells a story. It's about expertly blending classic design with modern touches to create a space that feels layered, soulful, and uniquely you. It's less about chasing a specific trend and more about curating a feeling. This really captures the 2026 move toward human-centered design, where our homes are a true expression of who we are. For this style, Our console is a classic piece with clean lines, made from a warm, rich walnut. It's a timeless shape that can work with both traditional and contemporary pieces. The color palette is flexible, but it's usually rooted in warm, creamy neutrals paired with deeper, time-worn colors like tobacco brown or a dusty olive green. For our anchor, we're going to mix old and new. I've chosen a large, traditional landscape oil painting, but here's the twist. I've had it reframed in a super simple, modern black gallery frame. That contrast is the secret to the transitional look. It honors the past but feels totally fresh and current. Leaning the art against the wall instead of hanging it also gives it a more relaxed, collective vibe. For balance and height, we're back to balanced. Asymmetry. On one side, I'm using a single, substantial table lamp that has a classic ceramic gourd base, but it's in a modern, moody color like a deep, smoky blue. To balance its visual weight on the other side, I'm creating an arrangement with different heights. I'll start with a tall, clear glass vase holding a few simple, fresh magnolia stems. And now for the layering, which is where the storytelling really happens. Next to the vase, I'm stacking 3 hardcover books that actually mean something to you: novels, poetry, travel books, with the spines showing. On top of the book sits a small, framed black and white photograph, adding a deeply personal touch. In the center, I'm placing a beautiful, handcrafted wooden bowl to catch the mail. Finally, next to the lamp, I'm adding a small, antique brass box that looks like it was found at a flea market. It's this mix of old and new, personal and purely decorative, that makes this style so compelling. It feels authentic, like it has evolved over time. This look isn't about creating a perfect showroom. It's about reflecting a life well lived. The art, the books, the photos, each object has a story. It's warm, it's inviting, and it feels like home in the truest sense of the word. So there you have it. 3 very different ways to style a luxury console table for 2026, all using that same simple, 3-step formula: anchor, balance and height, and layering and texture. We created the calm and natural organic modern sanctuary, the bold and sophisticated new glamour statement, and the personal and soulful timeless transitional. The best part about this formula is how flexible it is. You can steal elements from each look to create something that's perfect for your home and your unique style. Remember, your console table is so much more than a piece of furniture. It's the first and last impression of your home. It's a daily opportunity to create a moment of beauty. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 3 looks was your favorite? Are you drawn to the calm of organic modern, the drama of new glamour, or the personal touch of timeless transitional? Let me know in the comments below. I promise I read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these ideas inspiring, please give this video a like and be sure to subscribe for more luxury design trends and styling secrets for 2026. I'll see you in the next one.